Da, ovo je Pontiac, NASCAR bio, jebote, da, stari, je. Ova
Saturday at Brands Hatch has been a lot of fun so far. Day one of American Speedfest 11, round 5 of the EuroNASCAR 2 season, is about to wrap up the day's action in style for the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. If it's a rather dominant looking season at the moment in EuroNASCAR Pro, well, it's a very close run season at the moment in EuroNASCAR 2. Yes, I grant you, Martin Dubek is the championship leader at the moment, and he's got a fairly good advantage, but it is a hugely competitive EuroNASCAR 2 grid this year. Very close at the sharp end of the order in terms of the grid for this race, but Martin Dubek critically has converted his strong qualifying into strong races, and that's why you see him 24 points clear in the championship at the moment. 29 points back is Jill Linster, despite his effective non-finish in race 1 of the year. Thomas Krasonis and Julian Reberg rounding out the top 5, and Reberg also the rookie trophy leader. He's well up there. Roberto Benedetti rounding out the top 10. He's also the Legend Trophy leader, and Ariana Casoli leading in the Lady Trophy standings. Lots of fans still here towards the end of the day at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. The magnificent crowds of American Speedfest. You saw them on the lunchtime grid walk through the EuroNASCAR Pro Grid. It is incredibly busy here this weekend. I've had quite a few industry members texting me over the course of the day. Broadcasters, fellow broadcasters, other media personnel from the world of motorsport who are just here as fans. This is one of the leading events in motorsport in the United Kingdom, and it's not just because of the racing. As you saw there, there's lots of festivities beyond the racetrack itself as well. Lots of fabulous American food on offer, lots of funfair festivities, and of course a live music stage as well. Lots going on here at the American Speedfest, and it has been a cracker so far. Vittorio Gorelli took the race win in EuroNASCAR Pro, and the man who started the race alongside him and ultimately finished 4th, Martin Dubek, now has another crack at starting from the front row of the grid. He is our pole sitter, the championship leader, continuing his run of form. However, his teammate at Hendricks Motorsport, Jill Linster, right there with Dubek. It's a Hendricks Motorsport lockout of the front row. Once again, those two are looking fast. But for Linster, he will take a little bit of a bitter pill looking at what happened for Martin Dubek in the EuroNASCAR Pro Race, because Dubek proved that the outside line of the front row really is not the place to be off the 2x2 rolling start. It's quite easy for the driver on the inside of row 2 to sneak by into second place and challenge for the lead in the early stages. Certainly that's what Patrick Schauber is going to be wanting to do from row 2 of the grid. And Thomas Tuchel is also there on the second row of the grid. He will be strong. I can't ignore the fact that there's a Lowe's 48 Chevy Monte Carlo there in the pit lane as well. How cool is that? In some of the support races, some of the UK NASCAR Cup Series car owners do come out and race in some of the support races where the cars are eligible. You see NASCAR machinery all weekend long here, live demonstrations of some fabulous US cars as well. But the EuroNASCAR categories, the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series is of course the main event, the officially sanctioned championship since 2012 for the European region, still the only NASCAR series that competes on a continental basis rather than a national one. That allows us to take in some truly fabulous facilities around Europe. And what a month we have here, starting off at Brands Hatch and concluding on the final weekend of June with the return of the Ven Ray Oval. That's going to throw a cat among the pigeons, I'm sure. If it's my cat, it's okay. He's cross-eyed and he's called Neil. He probably can't catch pigeons. But it is going to be certainly a disturber of the order, potentially. Some drivers without any oval experience may find themselves a little bit out at sea versus some of the drivers who've competed with us for a long time, have raced Ven Ray before, or indeed some of the drivers who, like Ryan Vargas in EuroNASCAR Pro, have raced in the US before on ovals. And of course the same applies to Jill Linster in EuroNASCAR 2. He raced at Daytona on the Super Speedway in the ARCA series at the start of 2024 as a part of Daytona Speed Weeks. I grant you that Daytona and Ven Ray are about as juxtaposed as oval racing layouts come, but it's still a consideration for sure. Patrick Schauber there on the second row, as we've alluded to, for RDV competition. RDV really going through a youth movement at the moment in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. Dufro and Patrick Schauber, two very bright young talents. And an interesting third row of the grid as well. We've talked you through the first two rows, but look at that third row. Jack Davidson, the number 21 car, the local hero who is fifth on the grid despite a puncture in qualifying. What could have been without the puncture is my big question. And then Claudio Remigio Capelli on row 3 of the grid as well. The always exciting Italian racer who's very, very fast on his day and is searching for more of those highs of overall podiums, maybe even overall wins. That would be a tough task from row 3 of the grid today, I grant you. But who knows, he may well get there. We're yet to see Thomas Tuchel come onto the grid, and that is a concern because if you remember, his car kind of locked up on him going onto the straight between Paddock Hill and Druids, but Andre is with another of our drivers, our pole sitter no less.
Yes, it's Martin Dubek. How excited are you for that race?
Really excited. Now it should be easy, I think. Start from pole position, good position for a start. The first turn is right side, so it will be better than EuroNASCAR Pro start when I had to start from the outside. Let's see what happened, and I will do my maximum for the podium and for the victory.
All right, thank you so much and good luck. Back to you, Adam. Perfect, thank you, good luck.
Thank you very much, Andre, for that great to have the insights from down on the grid. You can see that Andre is now lurking over towards Jill Linster. Hopefully we hear from Jill as well. Another Hendricks Motorsport 1-2, of course, fabulous for the team. They've started side by side on several occasions this year. It hasn't always gone smoothly, but it is great for Hendricks. Linster with Andre now.
The cable now.
Yes? You want to check?
Yeah.
I have to anticipate a little bit right now because I cannot hear you, Adam, so I hope I got the gap. I'm here with Jill Linster, and again, you're next to your teammate Martin Dubeck. We're getting used to it. So, how do you want to beat him today?
Yeah, actually, I think we have a super fast car, so yeah, it's all on me today. And yeah, as soon as I can attack him, I will attack him for sure. And yeah, hopefully we'll bring that win home.
Any special tactics here at Brands Hatch?
Well, actually, very difficult track. First of all, turn 1 surviving, turn 2 attacking, and then the rest of the lap just try to stay out of any trouble.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck.
Take care.
Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Andre. Yeah, don't worry, the gap will always be there for you to hop in with a driver. American Speed Fest at Brands Hatch has been a great thing so far. Andre really getting a feel for it earlier on, in particular in the EuroNASCAR Pro grid walk, of course, where the fans walk down in their droves from the top of Paddock Hill down to the starting grid. It really is a magnificent sight to see those fans really swarming around the cars and the drivers to get their pictures, get their moments, their autographs with the drivers, who really are treated like superstars here. The local commentary team talking to Jack Davidson. That's commentary stalwart Chris Dawes with a rather fetching bandana. Hulk Hogan, Chris Dawes. Hulk Hogan. Andre Vigol, though, doesn't have a bandana. He does have a driver.
Yes, I'm here with Claudio Capelli. Claudio, good starting position. How do you want to get the win?
Well, today is difficult, you know. This is a little Monte Carlo without house, without building. So there is only one line. I hope to have the same pace of the other to stay close and see what happens.
Perfect. A little like Monaco. I'm looking for the swimming pool right now, Adam, so maybe there will be no interviews coming up.
I think they've got a spa in the hotel just by the main entrance. I think that's about as close as it gets. I love that description. It's like Monte Carlo without the house. I like that a lot. That's something I'm going to use elsewhere, I'm sure. Claudio Remeggio Capelli always with great insights. There's the Haysmans Linstermobile, the Dutchman, and the Luxembourg-based driver, the latter of whom is in the car at the moment, of course, Linster. Always laser focused at this point. You see him there putting the visor down. Jack Davidson's a popular man. 2 interviews in about 3 minutes. Let's go there now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Adam. I was looking for that pink machine for the local hero, for Jack Davidson. And it seems like you're getting grips. Your own team is progressing since Valencia, and now you're in a decent starting position. So what's the plan to go on the podium here in your home race?
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to try and work forward from here. Obviously, everyone ahead of us is really fast. So, I mean, again, I'm still new to this. So this is obviously my second year. Still not got any experience like what them guys have. So, again, I've got experience racing. So I just need to try and pick off, see where everyone's kind of maybe a little bit slower, where I can make a move, and then, yeah, go from there, really. But again, it's just need to play the waiting game. Obviously, it's a long race, 30 laps. So, yeah, we just need to try and take it a bit steady, see how we're getting on, and then just keep pushing.
All right, thank you so much. We're now ready for the national anthems.
go, the national anthems are complete. We are 4 minutes away from the countdown to the command here at Brands Hatch for the second time this weekend. It's a lot of very compelling positions, I would say, on that grid. Davidson in the top 5, given the pace he showed in quali, is one good story. So is this man, Patrick Schauber, with Andre.
Yeah, because I have technical issues, I cannot join you in commentary, so I thought one more interview would be a good thing, and I'm here with Patrick Schauber. Don't stop me now, this should be your way to go today. Some very fast guy in front of you, how do you want to beat them?
Well, we'll see how the start will be. I just want a clean race, and yeah, we'll see what happens in the front two rows, and yeah, I just hope for the best, hope for the podium, maybe the win. I'll definitely make the best out of it, and yeah, we'll see.
I have to ask this question, does a crash like in Vallelunga change something in your approach, or do you just say, it's the past, I don't care, no, full attack?
Well, I already forgot about it, but yeah, it's in my back of the head that, yeah, like, please don't let it happen again, but this is racing, this is motorsport. And yeah, I just want a clean race and make the best out of it.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck and have fun.
Thank you.
Back to you, Adam.
Thank you. Good job, Andre. Shame you can't join me in the box for this one, but hopefully we'll hear from Andre plenty before the end of the broadcast, of course, down in Victory Lane. I have to imagine he's already raided those merchandise stalls. This is the place to be if you're into your NASCAR merchandise. A lot of import goods over here. I added significantly to my 164 collection on my first visit to Speedfest. And it really is a great place to be. Update on Thomas Toffel. The gap is there on the second row of the grid. Unfortunately, the gap will not be filled. However, he will be starting the race, as I understand it, from pit lane. Very, very impressive stuff from the Race Art Technology team, who in, 3 hours? Less than 3 hours. Have managed to change the engine on the Race Art Technology car. I've seen some pretty fast engine swaps before. It's not the fastest I've ever seen in a paddock point blank, but in a car of this spec, it is very much up there. That is really impressive stuff from Race Art Technology to get it done in such fast fashion. I'm really impressed with that. We're less than 60 seconds away from the command being given, and we'll see how that one goes. We've had some very exciting commands so far, and I believe we have representatives from Vladimir Osiyor's sponsor HTFX down there ready to give the command on Chris Dawes' cue, and I think they'll be doing that in a matter of seconds. It says 30 on the screen, but I think it may be a few seconds early, so we are going to go down there now and make sure we get that command.
I'm going to give you the mic, listen to the countdown.
Thank you.
You can go whenever you want.
1, 2, 3. Drivers, start your engines!
Good stuff. That was given with gusto. If I am to make things a competition, and it is sort of my job, I will say that Mamba Smith, the NASCAR Chief Hype Officer, is going to be hard to top, not just today, but at any time for the rest of the season. He gave his full gusto to his driver command, and we'll have to see whether that can be topped. The race is scheduled then for 31 laps of the Brands Hatch Indy circuit, the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series, with another wonderful full grid in EuroNASCAR 2. Some great stories up and down the field, be it towards the rear with Gordon Barnes in the 55 Club Motorsport car, the reigning and defending EuroNASCAR Club Challenge champion, the regularity test format that runs on Fridays. He has been dominating that for some time, and for the second year in a row he arrives to a race scenario here at Brands Hatch. Of course, there's the question mark of what Schauber can do from row 2, and of course the potential for Davidson to be challenging for a podium right off the get-go, particularly with Thomas Tuffel not there on row 2 of the grid. So the local fans cheering the Scotsman may have a big thing to cheer for. Martin Dubeck and Jill Linster for Hendricks Motorsport are your front row of the grid. Patrick Schauber is in third place. Tuffel unfortunately absent from row 2 of the grid. Jack Davidson is next alongside Claudio Remigio Capelli, rounding out your first 3 rows. Then it's Melvin de Groot, the Team Blakemolen driver, alongside Marco Stipp Motorsports, Thomas Chrysonis, Florian Richard with a strong qualifying. He's in the top 10 alongside Thomas Dombrowski, Roberto Benedetti and Mario Ercoli, bringing us down to 12th as we continue with this first of 2 formation laps. We'll talk you through the rest of the grid. Victor Neumann, the number 47, alongside Julian Reberg, the number 77. Simone Giussani on row 8, alongside Kenko Miura in the 74. Nick Strickler in the 48 is next, alongside Viti Rayala. Sven Van Leer is next on row 2, alongside Mikael Blekemolen. Dominic Schuck on row 11, alongside Reza Sardeja. Alain Grand on his first race appearance in EuroNASCAR for almost 12 years is alongside Gordon Barnes. Ariana Casoli set to start on the rear of the grid, and Giovanni Faronio is on the grid sheet. I don't think I saw his car at the back of the order. So 34 car still not at the end of pit lane, but it seems as if we may well see that car take the start from pit lane. That will be an incredible story and an incredible technical achievement from Race Art Technology if they've got it done in such short order. These teams really do get in the thick of it to repair these cars. I distinctly remember one year here at Brands Hatch watching Liam Hazemans and Father Twan Hazemans just basically ripping the car apart, the 50 Hendricks Motorsport car, to tidy it up ahead of the following race. 2x2 formation then as we get ready for the rolling start, as we get ready for 31 laps of racing action here at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. It's short, it's sharp, it's 1.2 miles in length. If you ask Claudio Remigio Capelli, it's Monaco without the houses. If you ask Ryan Vargas, it's Martinsville with a couple of right-hand bends. However you choose to look at it, it's one of the best circuits on the EuroNASCAR calendar. It's always a highlight of the season. American Speedfest 11 has been a belter so far. Let's see what happens as EuroNASCAR 2 go racing for the first time. Martin Dubeck and Jill Linster lock out the front row for Hendricks Motorsport, and it's a good start from the row number 2 there. In fact, row number 3, of course, from Claudio Remigio Capelli. He's sweeping around the outside there from 4th position, but it's Martin Dubeck that leads the way from Linster in 2nd. One car kicking up dust further back as Claudio Remigio Capelli tries to go around the outside at Druids Bend. I think he's trying to make a bid for 3rd place here. Yes, he is. He gets past Patrick Schauber. That's a very good start then from Claudio Remigio Capelli, and Thomas Chrysonis is now alongside Schauber as well for 4th position. Chrysonis, oh, look at that, side by side through Surtees. That is very rarely executed to perfection, but everyone managed to get through there quite tidily. 6th position only then for Jack Davidson. He's lost a place to Chrysonis in the early stages. Now, Chrysonis is a Greek racer, yes, but he is also very familiar with the British motorsport scene. His name will be familiar to long-time national racing fans here in the United Kingdom. So by no means will he not have support behind him as well. Oh, but Davidson looking to the inside there of Chrysonis in the Marco Stipp Motorsport car. Nose almost cut off him. Mario Ercoli already with some missing bodywork, so there may have been a little bit of a collision or two out there on this first lap of the race. Talk about the first lap of the race. We're already almost finished with the second lap of the race. That is the fast and frenetic nature of the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. Dubek leads the way then from Linster, from Capelli, from Schauber, from Chrysonis, from Davidson, your top 6. The first of the Legend Trophy runners is Capelli in 3rd place. Then it's Melvin de Groot running 7th overall. Your leader in the Rookie Trophy for the first season drivers is Mario Ercoli running 9th overall. And Thomas Tefel is out there and he's running in 17th place. So Tefel is out there. They've got the Race Art Technology car running on all cylinders. And it's in 17th place already. That is a great job from Tefel. He'll be looking to try and work his way into the top 10 if at all possible to get some of those points on the board as he pursues Martin Dubek in the title race. Of course, a reminder, a point of note for this race, like all EuroNASCAR Saturday races, your grid is set for tomorrow based on the fastest laps in this race. So he who has the fastest lap coming out of this race will be your pole sitter for Sunday's EuroNASCAR 2 race. We'll talk about that a bit more, of course, towards the end of the race when the lap times start to settle. Sonis, for the record, currently has the fastest lap of the race. Here they come once again through Surtees and McLaren. There is Sonis running 5th place. Again, that race pace in the 46 car this year. The Marco Stipp Motorsport entry, I was saying it during EuroNASCAR Pro, his race pace is incredible at the moment. It's even more obvious in EuroNASCAR 2, where he is rapidly establishing himself as a front runner, a consistent top 5 contender. Again, we're seeing one of those kind of transitional years almost in EuroNASCAR 2. You do have the established names, the Dubeks, the Linsters, the Capellis, but then you've got guys like Schauber, Chrysonis, Davidson, Dombrowski, Mario Ercoli, Julian Reberg, all of whom are fairly new in the grand scheme of things to at least racing at the sharp end of EuroNASCAR 2, if not new to the category as a whole in their first or second season. And they're right up there in the top 10 and changing the guard of EuroNASCAR 2. Proving that the future of EuroNASCAR is bright. It's a great battle, incidentally, for 8th overall, with Thomas Dombrowski leading the Rookie Trophy in 8th place. However, just behind him is Ercoli, is Reberg. So 8th, 9th and 10th overall, there they go through shot. Is also the battle for the Rookie Trophy, but it's a lot closer here in the battle for 2nd place because Capelli is closing in on Linster, and subsequently Schauber and Chrysonis look like they might join the party as well, and Jack Davidson may also have an invite to the table. In fact, my apologies, I got my wires crossed on my previous statement, because of course Dombrowski is not a rookie. It's Ercoli leading in the rookie class from Reberg, from Florian Richard. Just to correct the record there, of course Dombrowski in his 2nd season now. We do have an interesting scrap going on at the front of the overall pack. We've got an interesting scrap in rookie as well. Lots of racing going on. Here comes Chrysonis, having a little bit of a look to the outside, then cutting to the inside out of Druids, but of course then the following Ben Graham Hill doesn't quite work out for him. Oh, Schauber running it wide, coming out of the corner. Chrysonis then gets through. Jack Davidson also gets through as well. 2 cars past Patrick Schauber. Now, was there contact there? Was there drama there? Or was that simply a foot put wrong by Patrick Schauber? Nonetheless, the order has changed. It's now Chrysonis up to 4th, Davidson up to 5th, Patrick Schauber down in 6th position. Lap 7 of 31. In fact, lap 8 of 31, I should say. The clock is still about a lap down on the graphics, but it is lap 8 of the race. already almost 1/3 distance in this one, which is very, very fast and flowing. That is the nature of a race at Brands Hatch. It really does fly by. Dubek has crossed the line once again. The gap is staying pretty resolutely at 0.9 of a second. The top four have all just set personal best lap times. All of the top three in the 49.7s, but the quickest man on the circuit is still Thomas Chrysonis. Now, lest we forget, these tyres have already done qualifying, so the optimum pace will only be in these Hoosier tyres for so long. Of course, they have to do this race and tomorrow's EuroNASCAR 2 race on the same rubber. And so Chrysonis, if he keeps being the fastest man on circuit, he could be on pole on Sunday. Meanwhile, Thomas Toffel is already up to 14th place and challenging Victor Neumann. This is 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th in one big pack, being headed by Julian Reberg. So the battle for second in the rookie class leads this 5-car train. Reberg from Florian Richard, and then it's Benedetti, currently second, a third I should say, among the Legend Trophy drivers behind them. Neumann and Toffel in 13th and 14th places, so 5 cars in the queue there. Fanning out there, showing the nose through Druids Bend. Chrysonis faster still on the previous lap, a 49.583. He's over a 10th quicker than anybody else out there on the circuit at the moment per lap. So Chrysonis, while he's making incremental gains in terms of the battle within this race, he could well challenge for a podium. He's doing a very good job of potentially shoring up a strong start in tomorrow's race. Meanwhile, Neumann got a great run out of Clark and Clearways. He's got a nose ahead of Benedetti for 11th position. 13th position. In fact, no, we'll revise that. It's 12th. My timing screen moved around quite a bit there. But the 88 car dropping down to P13, and Victor Neumann moving up to 12th place as a result of it. Toffel now pressuring the rear of the 88 car. He wants that top 10 finish that I alluded to earlier on. After the engine change, after a dramatic EuroNASCAR Pro race, he would love to really re-establish the car's pace and see what the car can do in race conditions with a new engine. As he really flies through the apex of Clark and Clearways, you get the impression he can take that corner a bit quicker than some of those in front of him, but he's finding rolling roadblocks on his way. Top 4 all still together. Dubek still leading the way, but Dubek again is the slowest of the 3 out there in the top 4. So it is a 49.9 last time for Dubek and a 49.7 for everyone behind him. So maybe Dubek is just managing the race. In fact, I'm almost certain that to an extent that's what he's doing. But the pace looks genuinely impressive from the driver of the number 7. I should say from the driver of the 46. Of course, the 7 is the one that's going slowly at the moment, although saying that everyone's pace has taken a knockdown on this lap, everybody over the 50-second mark. Linster is under a lot of pressure from Capelli right now. Linster, Capelli, Chrysonis pressing on here. Capelli wants to try and get to the inside at Paddock Hill. Now, will he do the classic move here at Brands Hatch? Will he try and sacrifice Paddock Hill Bend to get the run into Druids? I'm not sure he's close enough to make it work, but he is trying it. Look, really tried to stamp on the throttle early there, but I think it may have backfired. Chrysonis instead is a lot closer to him. Davidson in 5th position, Schauber in 6th position. Schauber has fallen through the order after that moment off track. He's still right there with Jack Davidson though. Mario Urquhart continues to lead in the rookie class as well. Legend Trophy, though, is being led by that man, Claudio Remeggio Capelli. He's got a long margin and many cars between himself and Melvin de Groot. But he wants to try and hold on to this overall podium. If anything, he wants to move further up the overall podium. P2 beckons if he can get up to Lindster. P1 beckons if he can get past Lindster. But Chrysonis trying to steal the podium away, looking to the inside there at Druids Bend. Again, Chrysonis seemingly putting a little bit of a level up. We learnt in the interview with Chrysonis post EuroNASCAR Pro that he's getting some tuition from none other than Alon Day, and that is a big assistance for anyone in EuroNASCAR racing. So that may be one of the reasons why we're seeing so much out of Chrysonis at the moment. Dubek with a extending lead at the moment, 1.9 seconds. He's still lapping in the 50.0s. If anything, it looks like of the top four at the moment, the pendulum of pace, or lack thereof, is currently swinging towards Gil Lindster. His pace is a good couple of tenths off of everybody else, and Capelli is right there on his back bumper, and I'm starting to get the impression that it is going to be a queue behind Lindster before too long, because not only are Capelli and Chrysonis there, Davidson is almost there, and Schauber is coming with him. Good test this of Claudio Remeggio Capelli's racecraft, and I have no doubts about Claudio's racecraft. He comes from the world of Legends racing, and if there's anything that gets you ready for wheel-to-wheel combat, it's Legends racing. So he should be handy in this circumstance. We're over half distance in this race, currently on lap 17 of 31. Dubek, your leader by 2.1 seconds. Again, the gap is going out. Capelli and Chrysonis not yet finding a way through. They just want Lindster to fractionally open that door. Slightest of errors at Druids, for example, would really break the dam for Capelli and Chrysonis. And they'll be getting... Oh, Capelli very sideways through Paddock Hill there. What I was just about to say, and I think that was a manifestation of my upcoming point, they're going to get more and more frustrated as again Capelli gets sideways, and he's rather using and abusing the track limits as well. He has to be careful about that. But he's getting frustrated. He can see Dubek just driving away. He feels he's got pace underneath him. He wants to go chasing, but Lindster is proving to be a rolling roadblock at the moment. Capelli has to try and play his cards right here and find the ideal moment to get through. Goodness me, that's a queue further back in the field. This is 10th place down to something like 18th. Julian Reberg just ahead of Neumann. This is for second in the rookie trophy classification. So Neumann in at the 47 is right there with the 77 of Julian Reberg. Florian Richard has lost out to his fellow countryman Neumann. Up the hill towards Druids Bend, and that 47 car, another car that looks like it's got great race pace underneath it. Of course, another car from Thomas Chrysonis' stable, the Marco Stipp Motorsport teammate of the 46. So it does seem that Marco Stipp Motorsport can set up the cars wonderfully for the race conditions. We're seeing their pace once we do these long runs. We cross the line now to begin lap 20 of the race, and Neumann just a little bit slower there down the straight. I wonder if he missed a gear or something, because the 33 car surged up to him, Florian Richard. In fact, Neumann having to go defensive here. Is he losing a little bit of straight line speed? Oh, in a moment. Who was that? Was that Strickler facing the wrong way? I think it was. Strickler and Riala. Didn't see quite how that one started. I was looking at the timing screen. But the conclusion is two cars pulling away from Druids. And looking at how they're laid out, I have to think that perhaps Riala tagged the rear of Strickler there, because they were running Strickler from Riala in 16th and 17th place before. Lap traffic proving to be a factor, of course, around this bull ring of a circuit that is the Brands Hatch Indy facility. And for the second time they lap Ariana Casoli, but she is a very experienced racer, stays well out of the way. Bulletin says slow car on track. Confirmation that contact between the 48 and the 99 under investigation. So Dominic Schack may have been involved with Strickler there. I don't think that's correct, actually, because Schack was further back. I'm not too certain, but we'll wait and see. Lap 22 of the race, we're rapidly knocking away the laps, and unfortunately BT Riala has done his last lap. Now that looks to me like Sterling's, or the run between Sterling's and Clearways, so that's actually parked just on the GP loop. So that means the track has been declared clear. It's not, while it is close to the tarmac, it's not the tarmac we're using today. Linster has indeed become the cork in the bottle in this race. I did think that they were all compacting behind the 50, and that has definitely proven to be accurate in this one. Dubek is sailing off into the sunset without a care in the world. He may already be sipping a martini. No, he won't be, but he'll do it in the hotel. 2.5 seconds is the gap. Capelli again wild through Paddock Hill Bend. He's really pushing Claudio Remeggio Capelli. It is a joy to watch him wrestling the wheel. I'm not convinced it's the fastest way around the circuit, but it's certainly great fun to watch. The ever exuberant Italian, as show-stopping on track as he is in person. Dominic Schack has become the latest driver to potentially receive some blue flags here as the lap traffic continues on. Of course, for Dubek, he's got that wonderful operating window now with the gap between himself and Linster. He really is feisty on the rear. He's got to be so careful because Chrysonis is right there with him, threatening for that overall podium, and Jack Davidson is about an inch behind as well. Good battle for second place, and it's a battle that's about to change because Linster slows. Linster slows. Now that looked to me like something might have gone wrong mid-corner, or was it just understeer? Because it just very bizarrely kind of stopped turning on him there, and Linster goes from second to 6th position in one fell swoop. He's still going at speed, so I think that may have been driver error rather than an issue, but we have an issue elsewhere. Is that the 27 car? I think it is Simone Giussani in the 27 double V car into the barriers at Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, and Capelli sideways at Druids. He just about gets it around the corner. Now that Linster has released the field, this battle could get very fraught. Capelli is trying to take so much speed into these corners. You saw him there try and turn in way faster than anybody else. He then scrubs the speed off going sideways through the corner. We're getting ready for a full course yellow. We're in a full course yellow. Unsurprisingly, but that battle for second place was just heating up. It's unfortunate timing, if anything, I must say. Car number 90, 5 seconds penalty for causing an avoidable collision. So VT Riala has been judged to be at fault for the collision with Nick Strickler. This has been quite the race so far. Giussani almost did exactly what Vargas did in EuroNASCAR Pro earlier on, but the difference is he just started understeering and found the barrier. Didn't quite manage to just keep the car turning. Fairly light collision, thankfully, so the car shouldn't be too damaged, and he should be a-okay. Indeed, he is just climbing free from the car now, but Giussani's rough road to the introduction to the world of EuroNASCAR continues. It's not the first time, unfortunately, that he's going to be registered a non-finish, but I'm expecting great things out of Giussani. Very quick driver in European Legends Racing, and indeed the Italian National Series as well. Still under full course yellow. I suspect we're going to be until a green flag is, well, it will be until a green flag is waved, but I suspect we're going to wait for a green flag until such time as that car is recovered. Not this one, the 90 is out of harm's way, but the 27 will be towed behind the wall before we return to action. Of course, there is the option of overtime here if we remain paused. For now, it's only a full course yellow. There is the option of a 2-lap dash in overtime format, and I'll tell you what, Martin Dubek wants nothing less than a safety car, and absolutely nothing less than an overtime situation. That would be a 2x2 rolling start. That would put the frenetic Claudio Remeggio Capelli right on his rear bumper. And I was just talking about it before the FCY. Capelli was so exuberant into the corners, and if he'd continued doing that, I suspect it might have gone wrong. Safety car is being declared. The bulletin you saw on screen wasn't quite accurate. The safety car has been brought in. It's not coming in this lap. But we do have a safety car out on the circuit then on lap 27 of the race. There you go, safety car deployed. Now the question is, will they make it a very quick safety car and fire it into life once again without the overtime rule, or will we get a 2-lap dash? To be honest, regardless, it's going to be a very compelling conclusion to this race, because Dubek now under safety car conditions has Capelli, Chrysonis, Davidson, Schauber and Linster all on his rear bumper. The drivers that had been pursuing him, and particularly those 4 from 2nd to 5th, Capelli, Chrysonis, Davidson, Schauber, those 4 all looked like they had really good pace, and if anything it looked like Gil Linster was the one kind of keeping them back, not with any intent. He wasn't trying to do a block job for Hendricks Motorsport by any means, but he was just keeping everyone else at bay and allowing Dubek to drive off. Giussani did very well to avoid one of the tyre stacks. Unfortunately, the second proved to be too magnetic. And lap 28 of the race now. So 4 to go effectively. My next question is, single file or double file? For the restart. If it's double file, that's going to be interesting. If anything, Claudio Remeggio Capelli might want it to be single file himself, because of course, as we've seen, traditionally the outside of the front row on a 2x2 rolling start here at Brands Hatch is not the place to be. If anything, that could open the floodgates to Chrysonis, who's already up there in 3rd position. What a hugely compelling conclusion to the race we're going to have here. Firmly of the belief that come what may, race control are going to make sure this one ends under green. This is now lap 29 of 31, so it's 2 to go this time regardless. Looks like all procedures are completed there at the site of Giussani's incident, so I'm suspecting we're not too far away from some more information being given. we're seeing lap time or laps being added to the race. It's now 34 laps of racing, so they're adding time to the race. They're also doing a wave by, so one more lap under safety car, I think, there to allow the wave by to happen. And that's a good call, because that means that everybody is racing the car around them rather than it being a back marker between cars in battles for position. So the race distance extended to lap 34. We're about to start lap 30 of the race, 29 completed now. And we will go on to lap 30. So in theory, this could be a 4-lap dash. And indeed, the safety car is now confirmed to be in this lap. Bulletin on our screen said single file restart, but we didn't get that bulletin in the bulletin board itself for the teams. Restart 2x2, that's what I thought. It's going to be a 2x2 rolling start, not single file. That adds even more excitement to proceedings. Double file restart. We're basically making this a dash for the win. Dubek and Capelli then, your front row. Chrysonis and Davidson on row 2. Then it's Schauber, Linster, Dombrowski, De Groot, Erkeli and Reberg, 9th and 10th. They're side by side as well and fighting it out for rookie trophy honours. It all comes down to this for all of the marbles. 4 laps of racing at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Can Capelli duck the trend and make use of the outside of the front row to try and challenge for the race win, or will Dubek hold firm at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit? We go racing. Lap 31 begins now, and it's Dubek with the lead into Paddock Hill Bend. Capelli wide, trying to take a sweeping line around Paddock Hill, and he succeeds at doing so. That, at the very least, keeps Thomas Chrysonis behind him as we get into the bedlam and the melee of a last-minute return to green flag. We got cars off the circuit. Florian Richard pointing the wrong way there. Everybody did a great job of avoiding him, and hopefully he can get that car refired without the need for any intervention. We saw 2 or 3 cars there running out of space between Druids and Graham Hill heading back down Hailwoods Hill, and it is Dubek that leads the way as they come across the line to begin lap 32 of this motor race. Patrick Schauber has made up a position. He's got past Jack Davidson. Schauber up to 4th, and Thomas Tefel for Race Art Technology has huge damage to that car. Hopefully it can continue rolling, but all of that work to get the car back out on the circuit with a fresh engine, and unfortunately the tides of racing have turned against them. There is still Florian Richard's car stranded on the grass there, but I think we're going to remain green. We've got yellows, local yellows at turn 3 in an effort to keep this race rolling. Lap 33 begins now. It's 2 to go at Brands Hatch. Dubek looks like he's in control, even with the odds stacked rather against him on the restart. Everyone who was chasing him was back with him again, but Dubek is pulling it off. Capelli is absolutely driving like a man possessed, but he's missing the odd apex here or there. He's a little bit untidy compared to those around him, very exuberant compared to those around him, but it is causing him to fall off the back of Dubek. Mario Erkeli has a lot of damage, and that means that he has lost the rookie trophy lead. Erkeli then, with a lot of damage, has fallen down the order. I wonder if he was involved potentially with Thomas Tefel. We didn't see it happen, but what that does mean is Julian Reberg is now leading the rookie trophy, and Victor Neumann is right there with him for those honours as well. incidents under investigation, as you can imagine, but we begin the final lap of the race now with Dubek almost a second clear, 0.888. Dubek could well be on his way to yet another win this weekend in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. It has been the 2021 champion who has been showing everybody else a clean set of heels so far this year, and he could be about to make it win 4 in 5 races. Dubek just has to get through Clark and Clearways now. The Hendricks Motorsport car powers out of the final corner down the Brabham Straight. A brilliant day across both classes for Martin Dubek. Concludes with a win in EuroNASCAR 2, and his championship lead will extend only further. Claudio Remeggio Capelli takes second place from Chrysonis. Schauber takes 4th. Davidson takes 5th. Linster 6th. De Groot, Dombrowski rounding out your top 8, and in 9th place, winning in the rookie trophy, is Julian Reberg, once again the newcomer in the 77 promotion car. The young German proving his worth once more. Mario Ercoli, who formerly was the rookie trophy leader, unfortunately limping back with approximately half a car. Great racing once again, well worthy of the applause left of shot. 34 laps decided in favour of Martin Dubek, but remember, I made all of that noise earlier on about the grid for Sunday, and the EuroNASCAR 2 pole sitter for Sunday will be Thomas Chrysonis. Now, to the best of my recollection, he hasn't done that before. I'm sure that our statisticians will confirm or deny, but Chrysonis certainly hasn't started on pole that often, if ever, and that will be a really interesting thing for Chrysonis. Some last lap overtakes are reportedly under investigation. Perhaps some overtaking under yellow flags. We'll have to wait and see. But it's Martin Dubek who now gets the escort towards the Kentagon. I know the British, like myself, are supposed to say Kentagon, but I think it's Kentagon because I think it's meant to ape the Pentagon facility in the United States. Nonetheless, Dubek is heading towards victory lane in amongst the fans. The number 7 Hendricks Motorsport car readying up to celebrate a 4th victory in 5 races. A hugely impressive effort from him. I mean, that is a very tight victory lane, I must say. That's a test of parallel parking. I wouldn't want to do that after a 34-lap race. That might be because I can't parallel park. Nonetheless, Andre Viegold is there to officiate proceedings, hand over some stickers, get some reactions, and direct traffic. Martin Dubek, probably one of your best mates this year, Andre, the 4th time you've shared victory lane with him. 4 wins for Martin Dubek in EuroNASCAR 2 so far this year. 4 wins also for Vittorio Gorelli this year. Andre will welcome Martin out of the car in just a few moments. It will be big celebrations again from Hendricks Motorsport. They're buzzing at what their 2 men, Dubek and Linster, are doing this year. It's Dubek that climbs the car and continues to top the ladder here in the EuroNASCAR 2 series. The 2021 champion is really making statement after statement. It's almost like he's sending press releases saying, "I'm back." The 2021 champion's 2024 season has been extraordinary so far. 4 wins in 5 races. We've got 2 very dominant championship leaders at the moment in both of our classes. And Martin Dubek will be lapping up the vibes and the atmosphere in Victory Lane here at American Speedfest. Andre and the cameraman are down there at the moment. We'll be moving over now to speak to our winner.
Martin Dubek, you've done it again. Again, winner in EuroNASCAR 2. You must be very happy. I see the smile on your face.
Yeah, I'm happy. I am fucking happy that this car finished, because after 5 laps, some strange noise and some vibrating on the rear axle, so I don't know what's wrong. But we did it again and victory line, so I'm really happy. And I think that my mechanics will have job for tonight, and they need to check the car what happened. But yeah, we did it again.
You did it again, and you have a big target now on your back, because you're extending the championship lead. The second title is in your mind, right?
Yeah, it is. It is 10th season, so it's time to win the title again.
All right, congratulations, thank you so much. And you know what's coming on now?
Yeah.
I have something for you. So here's the winner sticker, have fun.
No sticker.
Sticker number 4 for Martin Dubek. Apologies for any language you may have heard during that interview. Let's face it, if you are listening, you definitely heard it. But he is in the thrill of the moment at this point, and celebrating and lapping up his result with the rest of Hendricks Motorsport. The Dutch outfit doing such a great job this year between their 2 cars, with their 3 drivers, Hazemans and Linster in the 50. And of course Dubek double dipping across both categories. And it must be said, not only is Martin Dubek now emerging once again as a front runner in EuroNASCAR 2, he's also proving to be a force to be reckoned with in EuroNASCAR Pro as well. Qualified second on the grid today, finished 4th in the EuroNASCAR Pro race. He has had a really good run of form thus far in 2024. The Orion-backed car is looking more and more of a force. And speaking of forces, one of the strongest forces in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series is Andre Vigold when he yields a microphone, because people aren't allowed to run away from Andre when he has his mic. And sure enough, he's caught not 1 but 2 interviewees by the look of it, so let's go down there now.
The hidden heroes behind every racing team we have here, 2 mechanics of Hendricks Motorsport. How is it to watch the race out there, waiting for the car to cross the finish line to get the checkered flag?
Stressful, because Martin said on the radio there's something wrong with the car. That's why not, I think, a good time for tomorrow. And then it is stressful, really stressful.
He said already that there were some vibrations, some sounds. Do you think it's going to be a long night?
Maybe we have to check it out. That's, we think it's a dip or the axle or something, but we'll find out tonight.
How happy are you about the next win?
I'm always happy about the win. And we go for the next one.
All right, thank you, well, thank you so much. Back to you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm happy.
What about when the safety car came out though? That lead all gone. How did you feel?
Great job there from Andre to get some perspectives from elsewhere in Hendricks Motorsport, as the fans at the Victory Lane get to hear from Martin Dubek on the speaker system. And the fans really bonding over the years with the drivers here at American Speedfest. The British audience for EuroNASCAR has been ever expanding and ever more cultivated by this event, the American Speedfest, and the great efforts that go into promoting and enhancing this event from both EuroNASCAR and indeed the MSV organisation that run this Brands Hatch circuit.
Martin Dubek will be doing the podium very shortly, as soon as the rest of the drivers Get over here.
And,
We'll have the
the rest of the drivers, of course, will be currently coming through the tunnels here at Brands Hatch to get to the victory lane on the outside of the circuit. With the way the paddocks are laid out here, it's rather difficult to find a good place for victory lane. Meanwhile, Andre, down to you.
Talking about hidden heroes, not only the mechanics, we're here for the fans. How do you enjoy the event so far?
I'm loving the events. Obviously got a sponsor, Jack Davidson. He's my favourite driver. I've actually done some digital art for many of the drivers, and I've got them to sign it. It's just coming here. I come as much as I can to Brands Hatch. I love the experience.
All right, thank you so much and enjoy. And I hope you have a nice Sunday.
Yeah, and you.
Thank you. Back to you, Adam.
I want to know about that digital art. That sounds really cool. Hope he's having a good weekend here in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. And if the young man on that interview wants to share it, maybe he can use hashtag NASCAR GP UK on social platforms. As you can see on the bottom right of screen, if you post that up, some of our audience may well see that. Great stuff, though, from all of our fans welcoming the EuroNASCAR drivers in. And drivers like Martin Dubeck, who, as he said, 10th year at this, I want to win a second championship. Those guys who've been coming here to Speedfest pretty much since its inception, they may as well be local celebrities here for the Brands Hatch faithful at this point. The drivers become more and more well-known with the local audience. And here's a well-known man in the Legends Trophy ranks. It's Melvin de Groot.
Yeah, drivers are really good at hiding, but we found you because you're quite big, so you cannot hide from me. I know, I'm small, but I still see you everywhere. Yeah. So how was it for you out there?
Well, today was a terrible day. The car didn't do what we wanted to do. We had to change gearbox last night, we had to change differential, we had to change so many parts, damps, shocks, and the car, again, was not in the right performance. So it was a very difficult race. I couldn't find my pace. Yesterday it was okay, but struggling all day. So it was a bit of a boring race.
It was a boring race for you, but at some point every team, every racing driver gets the turning point, turn around the season. So you're hoping to be that this day comes tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to definitely work hard tomorrow. Well, at least not me. I'm going to drink a glass of wine, but the crew will work hard, and I'm sure they'll find a problem. But we're definitely missing out on pace, so hard work to do.
Is it external wine or from your family?
From my family, yeah, absolutely. I only drink my own wine.
So, can I come and taste it?
Of course, everybody's welcome.
All right, I'm going some places later. Back to you, Adam.
Red wine. Nice stuff. Good job, Andre. He knows how to find a drink in the paddock, that much is for sure. And Melvin de Groot getting the results in Legends Trophy once again. Ended up second best, of course, this time, courtesy of the efforts of Claudio Remeggio Capelli. But Melvin always on the move and always a force to be reckoned with in the EuroNASCAR 2 overall top 10. Sometimes, with drivers doubling up, we end up hearing from them twice. Is it twice as nice? Let's go down to Andre and find out with Thomas Crasonis.
The first overall podium in EuroNASCAR 2 for Thomas Crasonis. Finally, right?
After 5 years, I have one podium. It's okay. The statistic needs to get better, but still, it's a start. No, in all seriousness, we work a lot to be fast this weekend. Everything pays off. So, all in all, a very good, very tough race in terms of defending, trying to overtake. Everybody, the first 5 cars had incredible pace. Like, good job to everybody. I had a misunderstanding with Patrick after the race because I explained to him the incident on turn 3, that because I got the pressure from behind, it was a correction on the steering. I didn't push him wide on purpose. Like, he can see that I'm a clean driver. Like, I don't crash. I didn't have a crash for the past 2 seasons. So all in all, everything is sorted out. Respectfully, he's a very good driver, so we will fight a lot in the championship. But right now, I'm very happy for my first podium. I enjoyed a lot the race, and I want more,
I have a funny story for you. Alon Day, the 4-time champion, is here to support you, and he was watching with me the race in the media center, and he was cheering for you. He was pushing you, and when you were in 4th place, he ran down to find somehow a communication to you. Did he talk to you on the radio? Did he find some way?
I understood after the race finished, because probably he calmed down when he arrived on the pit, that he was very excited, and I am very happy to see him that way, that he is satisfied with the work that we did this weekend. After everything that he said, I managed to do what he said, and I think we have pole also for tomorrow.
I have to check, but I think you were the fastest for a long time.
So thank you, Alan. Thank you very much. So
I got the confirmation you're on pole.
Yeah, perfect. So even better. Yeah.
But support is the one thing. You were the one behind the wheel. You got the first podium, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hopefully more to come.
All right, thank you so much. Goodbye, and back to Adam.
Great stuff from Chrysonis. He did indeed get the pole time. He was the fastest lap of the race during that one, and that nets him pole position for tomorrow. So really some uncharted territory going on. First podium, and now on pole position, Thomas Chrysonis. He wants that stat to get better. Well, get better it might just do, because he has been on form so far this year. And he's receiving guidance from Alan Day as well, which is a really compelling note, isn't it? If you remember Alan Day's exploits in this series. Getting a look back at some replays of the race that was then, and the number 7 car, Martin Dubeck, had a very good start. We had some cars wide, some cars fighting for track space as the race got underway. But the first iteration of the start was fairly drama-free. The subsequent ones, though, were a bit more stressful, let's say. Claudio Remeggio Capelli never seems like a man who's stressed, does he? Third position on the podium for him. Oh, sorry, second position on the podium for him, alongside Thomas Chrysonis and Martin Dubeck, your winner. There we go. The Czech anthem playing out once again. That's been a regular feature, hasn't it, of EuroNASCAR 2 so far this year. Chrysonis takes the third trophy for this one, his first podium in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. Claudio Remeggio Capelli second best once again, but that rabid racing style that he implements, always so fun to watch, and it's going to get him in victory lane before long. I think this is the year that it happens for him. He's come close many times before. But Martin Dubeck once again on top here in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series in the EuroNASCAR 2 division, proving ever more so to be one of the top 5 drivers across both series, EuroNASCAR Pro and EuroNASCAR 2. I did think that my colleague Andre Vigold had changed a tyre during the race, and indeed he did. He went to one of the merch stands, one of many, during the yellow flag to try and run a joke. Don't get the new clothing wet, Andre, as the champagne and the confetti is sprayed here among our winning drivers. Isn't that great to see? Just such an exciting victory lane here, in amongst the spectator areas, in amongst the merchandise and the food and the festivities. This is what EuroNASCAR is all about ultimately. We bring the racing and the fun together. As Claudio Remeggio Capelli says, this is different soup. The NASCAR Whelen Euro Series.
Congratulations. So, that's the top 3 overall that's done next.
So that was our podium for the overall order, but of course we've got a few more podiums to bring you. First up, the Legend Trophy order, and it's a first podium of the season as best I can remember for Kenko Miura, who took third in Legend Trophy. The Japanese racer ascends to the podium. Second place, Melvin de Groot shows up to the second position. The giant might well be taller than Claudio Remeggio Capelli, even on the second step of the podium. Let's see. Yeah, almost. Very close, actually. But Claudio Remeggio Capelli, top step again in Legend Trophy, something he's quite familiar with doing. The exuberant Italian.
And then, of course,
the lost member of ZZ Top.
To the boss, Claudio Capelli.
And he's loved by everybody. You hear there Chris Dawes announcing the podium, also with gusto. Claudio Remeggio Capelli, a very popular figure in this paddock, and one of those drivers that I'm sure receives more and more local support as he continues to embark on his EuroNASCAR career.
The photographers always demand that shot when they're all up. Mr. Clark, hello, mate.
Some capacity issues up on the podium, perhaps, but otherwise, all is well as they celebrate their results
So he's not appearing anymore,
in the Legend Trophy class. Next up, the Rookie Trophy.
Well done, sir. Right, we now
Giovanni Faronio will be our third step of the podium in rookies. Victor Neumann will take the second step of the podium on a circuit he's very familiar with. Great to see him getting closer and closer to these rookie trophy wins. He's been bested though this time by Julian Reberg, who once again shows what he can do. The newest promotion driver has been great to watch so far this year, and we fully expect him to be a force to be reckoned with in the upcoming events and the upcoming seasons. A product of the NASCAR, the EuroNASCAR driver recruitment program. A real proof of concept. You can come into EuroNASCAR, and if you've got the talent, you can immediately find yourself on that top step.
So that the photographers can get the photo of you up there. Big smiles all around there. Congratulations.
Top three celebrate the
Just got one more to do.
honours. And one more trophy left to present, and that is the trophy for Ariana Casoli. She will take the Lady Trophy honours. Ariana comes up to the podium.
To that top step with the trophy to be presented to any one of those three. Congratulations. So that is the podium.
The presentation made to Ariana Casoli for her Lady Trophy results. And of course, Ariana and the rest of EuroNASCAR 2 will close out American Speedfest 11. Rather uniquely, the program is slightly different on Sunday here at Brands Hatch versus the rest of the EuroNASCAR season. So we don't start the day with EuroNASCAR 2 tomorrow. We start the day just after lunchtime here in the UK with EuroNASCAR Pro. That will be our first racing action of the day, practically at the same time as what we had yesterday. Join us in the early afternoon for all the action from Brands Hatch in EuroNASCAR Pro, and then close out your Sunday evening with EuroNASCAR 2 at 17:20 Central European Summer Time. It's been a thrilling day at American Speedfest that's still ongoing, but from EuroNASCAR, it's goodbye for Saturday. We'll see you again for more on Sunday.